now return to Skybound Transformers. Greetings, wicked viewers. Fishie 22.8 here, and today we have issue 10 of Skybound's Transformers. And whoa, we are really being transported into Oblivion with this series. We open this issue up with Skywarp lifting Beachcomber over his head, walking over to the hole in the hull of the Autobot shuttle, and throwing the poor little Autobot out into the void of space.
Enjoy your time traveling the stars,
the purple seeker retorts. As Beachcomber is drifting closer and closer to the small celestial body they were passing, he crash lands and makes a small crater. As Beachcomber stands up, he starts looking around, seeing the beautiful sight of planet Earth from our lunar surface. The peace-loving Autobot sits down and just starts staring at the beautiful sight in front of him, the smile slowly fading as he realizes, I'm gonna be here a while. And after a while, Beachcomber finally sees activity on the moon. The Apollo mission has landed. This is his ticket off this damn rock. After hitching a ride on our lunar lander and finally making his way to Earth, Beachcomber arrives on a small island and sees all the beautiful life forms that our world has to offer. The small, peace-loving Autobot has immediately fallen in love with our beautiful jewel of a planet. Beachcomber gets to work tracking down his Autobot brothers and, unfortunately, their enemies, the Decepticons. He does find the Autobot Ark, and his finger hesitates over the button to reactivate them. When Spike asks him, why didn't you wake them?
I knew that even with all our good intentions, the Autobots weren't meant for Earth. Eventually, we'd end up running it. I knew war would start again somehow, because of us. This way, they could sleep forever. There could be peace forever.
Spike asks him if you've been alone this entire time. Beachcomber responds, no, not alone, as he motions towards all the life forms that he's made friends with.
You're from this world, too. You deserve saving as much as any one of these beautiful creatures.
Insolent fool! How dare you tie me down?
My friend, would you like some ENERGON? I have reserves I took from the Ark.
I want nothing from you, Autobot. Release me or feel my steel.
I wish I could, truly, but I'm fairly certain you would kill me.
And I would do it slowly.
Case in point.
Spike chips in and says he was taking me to another Decepticon.
And I shall still. Shockwave will have much interest in your fleshy parts.
Spike asks if you've heard of him.
Every Autobot has. Cold, calculating, a deadly strategist. He likes taking his time when he pulls Autobots apart.
And he and Soundwave will take this planet for all it's worth.
Spike chips in, saying he's going to bleed my planet dry, which Astro Train does express regret for this. What do we do? Asks Spike. With sorrow in his voice, Beachcomber responds,
I promised myself I would never hurt anyone or anything again. That mindset doesn't exactly help in a war, and I want no part of it. Soundwave, good news! The Constructicons have repaired the portal to Cyber... What are you doing?
Exclaims Shockwave as he walks into the repair bay of the Nemesis.
I love it. I must repair them.
Grabbing the corpse of the mechanical feline by the foot, Shockwave says,
We are on the doorstep to a new dawn of Cybertron, and you're here distracting yourself with such things.
Bah! Let us recycle this old thing. You will be able to build better, stronger versions of your Recordicons when you take the bronze throne on your home planet. My goodness!
As something catches Shockwave's eye.
Soundwave, follow me!
Running outside of the Nemesis and right up to the edge of their force field, holding back all the ocean water, Shockwave is in amazement and awe as he walks up and sees a blue whale.
Have you ever seen anything so majestic?
This planet has many organic wonders. There is something new to see every day.
Soundwave says as Shockwave puts a hand uncomfortably on the cassette player's shoulder.
Isn't it wonderful to know that this beauty will aid such a wonderful cause?
Commander Shockwave, the feeder is prepped and ready,
Scrapper informs the leader of Cybertron.
Very good.
The evil Cyclops says with glee in his vocalizer. As Scrapper activates the machine, it starts pulling in all the whales and other life forms in the area and starts blending them together in an organic puree, much to the delight of Shockwave. Back at the dam,
we're in business.
Wheeljack, you never cease to amaze.
It'd be more impressive if I didn't try so damn hard.
Wheeljack, help us.
asks Elita as she walks in with Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime.
By the spark, Optimus and Elita won?
Her face a mixture of sorrow and happiness. Elita says it's good to see you, RC. As Wheeljack questions if this is one of ours, RC instantly recognizes him.
It can't be. Ultra Magnus!
RC, I don't want you to see me like this.
Reunited under these strange circumstances, RC is at least happy to know that Ultra Magnus is alive. As Wheeljack starts to tell Magnus,
It's all right, Magnus. I'm sure Ratchet will fix you up in...
Wheeljack notices Optimus's change in demeanor.
Prime, what is it?
I am sorry, my friend. Ratchet, he...
No. Wheeljack, please don't touch me. I just need a moment.
The Autobot engineer exclaims as he walks out of the room. Back on the Nemesis, Cliffjumper and Jazz are locked in a room in total darkness, chained to the wall. As they try to figure out if they're both still functioning, Shockwave walks into the room. As Cliffjumper tells Shockwave to fuck off, Jazz tells him, your kind don't fit into this mix.
My kind? At least I do not leave my soldiers behind for the collection of their enemy.
Optimus didn't. He wouldn't!
Not that it matters much after all. I thought we could have a conversation about this planet and your role in it. And look, I've brought some tools to help us along the way.
What is he gonna do to them?
Thundercracker questions.
Come, Thundercracker. It is best not to dwell on such things.
Soundwave says as he escorts Thundercracker away from the torture chamber as Cliffjumper and Jazz start screaming in agony. As Soundwave and Thundercracker walk past the Combaticons who did make it to Earth, Soundwave continues to tell Thundercracker.
Shockwave's tactics are brutal and simplistic, but he controls all of Cybertron. As much as we may dislike it, we need him.
They continue their conversation as they walk past Onslaught.
Then maybe he can help us mount an assault on the Ark. What the Autobots did to my brother.
Skywarp cannot be helped.
But we were forced to retreat before I could take his body back. He's now an Autobot plaything. We must...
Out of the question. You are a soldier of the Decepticon army. Your life is mine. Do not forget it.
Cutting back to the Autobots, we see Optimus and Elita conversing.
What they've done to Magnus, he'll do to your men as well.
We have to go get them.
It's not going to be easy. It took me an eternity to get to Magnus, and even then, I lost many. We could have used you then.
I was trapped here.
We could have used you eons ago, when things got bad. When they took over Cybertron, when they took Magnus, but you had already left.
I had to make a choice. What I did was for the good of Cybertron.
There's not much good left there, Prime. No Energon, Decepticon rule. Our people are starving and enslaved. And here you are, in your new paradise.
As the couple look out at the ocean and see Shockwave's beam ripping through the sky still.
Shockwave has seen this place now. He won't leave it untouched. He's going to take what is here to fuel our home and the Decepticon army.
We must stop him. Will you join me?
My brothers, it is time.
Haven't we already started?
Questions Thundercracker.
Huh! Gathering all this planet has to offer with such small tech as this would take a century.
As the purple scientist starts activating buttons on the console.
No, our world is on the edge of devastation. We must move faster.
As the mad scientist's machine starts activating and turning the pureed organic matter into a fuel source, the ocean floor is illuminated in a light glow due to the conversion process as the machine begins to power up.
Our planet writhes with thirst.
As the machine finally belches out a massive energy beam straight into the atmosphere and into the depths of space.
Why not bring our home to the source?
As Cybertron starts coming through the portal at the end of the energy beam.
Yes, the hour of our victory has come.
And as the planet Cybertron edges closer and closer to our world of Earth, Shockwave exclaims,
Let the harvest begin.
And that is the cliffhanger ending for Skybound's issue 10 of Transformers. Shockwave surprisingly has pulled off his plan damn near to perfection. But two things that he did is going to lead to his downfall. For as intelligent as he is completely ignorant to two things that he set in motion himself. First off, he forgot to turn off the space bridge when he walked through it. Had he had turned it off, Elita 1 would have never been able to get to Earth and save Optimus Prime inadvertently by stumbling through the damn thing. And two, had you known what Soundwave has done to the last two individuals that hurt Ravage, Optimus Prime shot Ravage in issue 1, and by the end of issue 6, he offered a genuine peace offering and Soundwave shot it down because he remembered, you shot my fucking Ravage! Starscream kicked Ravage insanely hard, and Soundwave ripped out his spark chamber. Shockwave cannot comprehend the emotional attachment and the lengths one would go to for their beloved pet. Somebody done that to my little dogs, what Starscream or Optimus had done, I would have done the exact same thing Soundwave did. Now, I'm curious as to whether it's going to be Cliffjumper or Jazz that doesn't make it to the end of the next issue. You know, one of them will survive and the other will not. Please place your bets in the comments on if it's going to be the Little Red Demon who survives or the Music Maestro who survives. And I must give a very special thanks from the bottom of my plastic little heart to Kiersten Greenfield, who lent her voice talents to be the voice of Elita 1 for me in this issue. And speaking of Elita 1, it's going to be an interesting dynamic between her and Optimus Prime, with her continuing to fight the entire time that Optimus has been unconscious on Earth. Because the way that conversation went, she's under the assumption that he's just been sitting back, drinking Energon, chilling away from the war, not realizing that he's lost his arm, lost several good troops, threw Devastator off a fucking cliff, almost had peace with the Decepticons here on Earth, which is technically the main core Decepticon cause. And, oh yeah, a human saved me by walking into the most ancient and sacred artifact we have, all within a couple weeks of waking up on this weird-ass planet. And as always, before I wrap all these up, please go out and buy your own physical or digital versions of these comics to support the artists and writers behind them, and to experience all of the dialogue and art that I've not shown or glossed over due to copyright reasons and incentive for you to go out and buy it and experience it for yourself. So with that, wicked people, this is Fishie 22.8, logging off. Thank you. Will Shockwave be successful in his harvesting of Earth to refuel his home world of Cybertron? Will Optimus Prime and Elita be able to defeat the Decepticons once and for all? Find out on the next issue of Transformers.